Hey, are you amongst them who's planning to quit his 9 to 5 job and step into the futuristic revolutionary business of electronic vehicles, to be more precisely electronic scooters? Well, then I will suggest you to sit back, relax, close your eyes and think. As per the current situation, the old, well-established, well-entrenched companies like TVS, Bajaj, Hero, Mahindra, these companies are already in a race to produce their best-in-class scooters in the electronic vehicle segment. On the other hand, we are also having new emerging but fantastic companies like Ola, Ather, Grafton, Pure EV and many more who are still juggling to come to the limelight. By the way, do you know where the fun part is? Well, these new emerging companies have shown a way better selling statistics than the old veteran players, which means Indian customers are ready to hunt for the new companies. They are in a mood to explore and do experiments with the new brands in this electronic motorcycle segment, and maybe this is the reason it has attracted a massive number of men to get into this business seeking huge profits in the near future. Alright, cool down. Just by considering these facts, don't rush and don't plan to write your resignation mail in the next weekend. Well, being a responsible citizen, I will better suggest you to take a note of the later part of this video. Well, there are some gappings in this EV sector which are not letting them come up and take the market. And one such issue is the time ka problem. The Indian manufacturers are promising a maximum range of around 250 to 300 kilometers in one complete cycle of charge, and this is the case when you are a single rider. In case where you are carrying a pillion behind, now this will surely bring down this magnitude by around 30 to 40% for sure. In a comparison with the petrol scooters, which delivers a mileage of around 60 to 65 kilometers in 1 liter of petrol, well, the EVs are doing better, there is no doubt in it. But the point where these petrol scooters give a head-on challenge to the EVs is the time that it takes to get their tanks filled. That is, in just a minute, a petrol scooter can fill its tank and it gets ready to run for a long way ahead. But in case of an EV, a customer will have to wait for at least of 30 to 60 minutes so as to get his vehicle charged to some extent and manage to reach his destination. Well, the startup companies associated with charging stations are trying their best to install the maximum number of charging stations possible all across the country. But do you really think this is going to resolve this time ka issue completely? Now, another interesting section is the battery management system and the battery assembling design. If you remember, then in the recent times, just after the launch of these e-scooters in the Indian market, we have got a number of complaints like catching fire, then abnormal heating up issues, and these complaints to some extent have driven potential customers to a dubious state of mind. And thus, being a new startup, you should focus more on to resolving these factors rather than doing some cosmetic changes and launching your product to strive in the market. The Indian government is planning to completely shift the dependence from fossil fuels and convert the internal combustion engines into renewable sources of energy forms like electricity or green hydrogen, etc. So in a nutshell, it is very true that this sector is having a great opportunity and huge openings in the near future. But इस चक्कर में जल्दबाजी मत करना. Guys who think that they can manage once they resign, then do it ASAP and add good and healthy taste to your life and start thinking, creating, innovating, build your team और अपने startup का पहला ईंट रख दो. At the same time, the guys who think that it is going to be difficult for them to manage if they're gonna resign immediately, then थोड़े दिन और झेल लो and उस वक्त के दौरान build your team and check whether all of you are in the same frequency and start preparing for the proof of your concept and then hit the markets और हम वहीं मिलेंगे. Thank you.